What's up, YouTube? Alien Army, raise up, stand up, hit a like button, and definitely drop a comment. If you don't know what Alien Army is, those people rock with me heavy, they rock with me tough by always dropping a comment and hitting a like button and putting something in the comment box. I understand you might not know what to put, an alien emoji, a thumbs up, anything like that. Gonna jump straight into this video. This is an update. So if you've been following me for a little bit, I lost DoorDash and Uber Eats until I can show proof of registration, even though my registration doesn't expire till the 1st, which is just a few days from now. I had well, I guess I should jump into the first thing. So I did open up memberships, you guys. Nobody's joined memberships, and I started thinking, well, maybe you guys don't rock with me that heavy, and maybe it's my content's not good enough, or you guys don't you don't rock with me, or things are hard. But then I started thinking, you know what? It's probably when I did that video, it wasn't Friday yet. You guys probably get paid today, and today is Friday. So I'm hoping people that rock with me heavy. We're just waiting until Friday to go ahead and get a membership. I think that I had that kind of love and support with the Alien Army and people that rock with me on my channel. I believe I was in front of you guys. You guys at least would buy me a hamburger. You guys would show support that way, and that's basically what it cost to join my memberships. I already have a membership video on there. There's several other ones that I want to make, but I do need a little bit of encouragement. I want people to become members and tell me what kind of videos they want, and then I'll do those videos. It's just a good way to support me, bottom line, especially right now when making money is very, very difficult. I'm back living in my car, if you don't know, but like I stressed out, I would love for everybody to jump on memberships. Just this month alone, I've only made $18 on YouTube, which I do YouTube for fun, but I also want to monetize, you know what I mean, and make money on it. However, on top of all that stuff, when I lose Uber Eats and I lose DoorDash, and I'm struggling to make money, this would definitely be, not all my eggs in one basket. This would be a great way for people to support me. So just wanted to throw that out there. So what have I been doing for money? Well, I guess I'll back up just a second. Hold on, I'm just watching this vehicle. So 2 days I was down bad, man. My stomach was hurting so bad. I got all stressed out over everything. I believe it's my gallbladder. It runs in my family. If you've watched me for a long time, I remember sharing an experience that I got sick on New Year's Eve, and then I've had other experiences where I was sick, homeless, and I've talked about it. I do have stomach problems every once in a while. I'll have these like crazy stomach pains. The pain level is a 10 out of a 10. I was down for 2 days. I couldn't eat. I could drink a little bit of water and take my blood pressure pill, but that was about it. The pain wasn't a 10. Like, I have a very high tolerance to pain. However, this was more of a constant 5 to a 7. It made me scared. It made me fearful to eat and do anything crazy because I've had it go from a level 5 pain level to a 7, and then have it jump up to a 10. And I had that last time that happened really bad. It was 2 days of it being a 10. It was so bad I was going to go to the emergency room. I mean, I would have snitched on my mom. The pain was so bad, and I was puking a whole lot when it first happened. And then 2 days of there's it's one thing getting punched in your eye, and if you touch like if you had a black eye, you touch your eye, you're like, okay, that hurts, right? It is a total different ball game when it's your stomach, man. But nonetheless, 2 days down for that. But I've been trying to make money. I go to Lowe's and Home Depot, and I try to talk to people. Hasn't been going very well. I did make $20 yesterday. Let me tell you what I did yesterday. So I took out somebody's stove from their kitchen. They bought a new stove. I carried the stove myself from their truck inside their house, and I think, yeah, I took the stove in first, put it in the guy's living room, took the old stove out, took it all the way to his driveway. Removing that stove, that whole wall was ugly, grease, dead bugs, all that crap. I cleaned that up, and then he decided he had some extra paint in the garage. Painted that. Basically 4 hours of work. He had told me before, we agreed about it. I saw him buying a new stove. I asked him if he needed any help. I told him a little bit of my situation. I was like, I'm living in my car, just trying to make extra money. I normally do Uber Eats and DoorDash. However, my registration expires on I think Monday is the 1st, but I went ahead and said, on the 1st, that's when it happens. And when it expires, I don't even have the money for it. So I'm most likely going to sell my car, and then I'm going to be on the streets. Like, I'm already homeless now. However, now I won't even have a vehicle with climate control and ways of transportation, things like that. He told me, he's like, yeah, I probably couldn't pay more than $20. And I was like, okay. A lot of times, I thought it was just putting a stove in. It took me an hour and then get $20, no big deal. There's a lot of times where people are like, you know, hey, I can't pay you much, and then when they see that I do a good job and I do good work, or you know, maybe you know, what they pay me for right then and there, they'll be like, you know, hey, I also have this project and this project. But basically, if somebody says they're not going to pay me very much, I still do a really, really good job, hoping that they'll pay me more. But what they, you know, they told me straight up, you know. Well, the guy told me straight up, he's like, I probably can't pay more than $20. I was there for 4 hours. So 4 hours, I removed the stove, put the new stove in. He actually helped me put it, I carried everything. He's the one who connected the gas line. I'm not going to be responsible for that stuff. He went ahead and connected the gas line. I cleaned behind the whole thing, and then I painted his kitchen, everything but the ceiling with the paint that he had and everything else. And then that backsplash, I call it a backsplash, I forget what it's called, but that thing a little bit above the stove behind it, and it like nice little pattern thing, you know, you smooth everything off, and you know, you can put some caulk, or you put some glue on there. He had the stuff. I went ahead and did it. I just made sure it was all level and it was already pieced together. I call it a backsplash. It had like a cool diamond design. It was it white and black, like white with like black like edges on it or something like that. But yeah, $20. Doesn't look like there's any other projects, you know, so $5 an hour, so not very much. However, I'm thankful for every little bit I get, and you never know what one opportunity can bring. I'm still in the game here. I'm not a deleted horse here. However, I do feel like I've been beaten pretty bad. All the job applications I've been filling out have been nothing. I've explained on other videos that even if I got a job, which I'm happy to get, I'm happy to do anything if someone pays me money for it, as long as I'm physically able to do it or mentally able to do it, and it doesn't break any laws. However, when I'm doing all that stuff, well, I've explained before that even with that, that's not going to get me out the streets. It's not enough money. The best that I could hope for is living on the streets and maybe saving a little bit and then buying a homestead, or maybe just enough to rent a room and then not have anything after. Like, that's the biggest thing, you know. You know, get me off the streets for renting a room. That's about it. And most of the times, the people that rent those rooms, they, you know, they're not. If they were financially doing well and if they were financially stable, 9 times out of 10, they wouldn't be renting the rooms. And in the past, I've talked about where I've rented rooms from that people recommended, that they were the family or their friends. That, you know, it wasn't just somebody off of Craigslist or Facebook or from Google or whatever. I've had recommendations where it's like, hey, my aunt is renting a room. She could use a little bit of help. And then I go in there, and then their aunt be batshit crazy. You know what I mean? I've had it where, like, hey, I used to rent a room from this person, and I was only there for a little bit, but it was okay. I move in there, well, that person's totally different. Now that person gets blackout drunk and freaks out over a fork being in the damn sink. And I've told you these stories. So I'm still worried about that kind of stuff as well. I've looked at all this homeless stuff, so I'm going to give you a heads up on stuff, because if I lose my car, I wanted to double check with shelter stuff. There's a shelter that went ahead and closed for painting, and has they had to paint the interior and exterior of this place. They still haven't reopened. It's been over 3 weeks, and there's a 90-day thing just to get help. It's kind of like religious based. I don't want to say their name. They're religious based, and to talk to the nuns that could help you get in there and help you find services. There's a 90-day waiting list, and to just assign that, and it's not open yet. Those people that were living in there, 99% of the people that were living in there that have been living in that place for years and years and years, they're out on the street, and a lot of them, unfortunately, are actually living in trees. They're climbing trees outside the place. They have very bad habits, if you understand what I'm saying. They have street habits. They're in the trees so they don't get caught. And they're doing their stuff inside the trees. That's where a majority of them are. And there's a bunch of trees around there that climbing in there to you know, to get their hype on or whatever. So it's really sucks that they would do something like that. Now I bet that they're still getting lots of funding while this goes on, and I bet they could doctor their books really good. You know, who audits them? You know, that's what I'm trying to talk about with homeless. Always get preyed on, even the people that are trying to supposedly help them. When someone's like, you know, hey, we've donated $5 million to help homeless, and there still hasn't been a change. Well, where did that $5 million really go? Why don't you look at the services and everything else? Why don't you look at the people who were running these nonprofits, where, for example, okay, out of that $5 million, just their operating cost them $1 million. There's so much help that you can do with $1 million towards homeless. You know, they're the ones that are, and then they're also, you know, feeling like they're better than everybody else and things like that. So basically, there is no resources out here for me at all. There could be resources in other states. If I lived on the streets, I wouldn't want to be here anyways because how bad the winters are. I barely made it through this winter living in my car. This winter is going to be horrible. I got a gut feeling it's going to be 3 times as bad as last winter. And last winter, man, I didn't even think I was going to make it, man. My legs swelled up. I was freezing in my car. We're talking about -14, -7, -10. We're talking about snow and ice everywhere. We're talking about, you know, if my car decides to throw check engine lights or not start, I'm in a world of shit. You know what I mean? You know, I can't deal with that. You know, like, you know, I don't have the supplies for it anyways. I guess if I should, you know, if that ended up happening, I would definitely need to up a bunch of stuff. You know, my -30 degree and my -40 degree sleeping bags that I doubled up with didn't do shit. Like it barely kept me alive. I barely could sleep. I was scared. You know what I mean? I was walking around feeling like I had noodles for legs and my body felt like crap. I ran my heat all night. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to make this video boring. I'm asking for you guys to jump in on the memberships and support me that way. You know what I mean? If I got, you know, let's say 20, 30 people to do that, I could go ahead and out of the $18 that I made this month on YouTube, they will only deposit it when I get at least $100. So I'm not getting any money off of that. 18 bucks a month on that. I'm going to Lowe's and Home Depot just to go on further detail. When I'm going to Lowe's and Home Depot, anybody who's doing work, I know Labor Day is this Monday. Maybe people are going to, you know, have one more bash of swimming, and maybe I'll get lucky, you know, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if anybody's doing anything. Maybe, you know, like they're doing some home repairs, they're working on their pools, or they're throwing a barbecue and they need their old barbecue cleaned, or their smoker cleaned, or, you know, they need help setting some stuff up. I'm also going to be swinging by IKEA's. I have put together IKEA furniture, so I'll look for IKEA's if there's any out here. I know that when I moved to my apartment, I remember driving pretty far for an IKEA, and you know, I got my kitchen table there, and I got some chairs there and stuff like that. Going to IKEA, people may need help with that stuff, you know, even loading it into their vehicle, taking it there. If they're putting furniture in there, maybe there's home repairs. Other than that, and filling out applications, I don't really have much of a way to make money right now. You know what I mean? I've gone to temp agencies. I've, you know, the temp agencies are all fill out your stuff online and we'll let you know. You know what I mean? The same thing with everything else. And I'm not shooting for jobs that I couldn't get. I'm trying low barrier jobs, no experience necessary. Some of the places say that they know, you know, experience is welcome, but they'll train the right person. I filled those out, not getting much. Maybe it's because, you know, I have a truck driver background. I have medical and truck driving background. Maybe they think that, you know, I'm too good to make, you know, 14 bucks an hour. I'm not. I'm willing to work. I don't want to lose my vehicle. I only got a couple days left. In fact, I believe that if everybody put together, or if people found in their heart, they could actually definitely help me out of the situation, and I would definitely appreciate it, and I would love that. However, I'm not just going to throw that out there and ask. I understand that's probably asking for too much, but I ask for a financial miracle. I pray for one, you know. But please consider becoming a member. Tell me what kind of videos you want. I'll upload more. You know, on YouTube, just to let you know, I've hit the metrics and the analytics for my videos to get you know, lots and lots of views. However, it's not been pushed out. I want to give you an example here. Mr. Beast's retention rate after his first 30 seconds, and everybody else, YouTube counts the first 30 seconds. If your retention rate is high at that 30-second point, it'll push you out more. There's a lot of other stuff, like what your click-through rate is, and how long people watch stuff, and how many people engage, and things like that, right? However, the first 30 seconds is a very important thing, right? I have a few videos where it's 84%, 95% too. I'm not joking. 95% retention rate, and after the 30-second mark, and it continued to be up that high. It didn't just stick there for the 30 seconds, drop off like some clickbait, because you guys know I don't do clickbait. But it stayed up there, and it was the whole video. I got a better statistics than Mr. Beast. And Mr. Beast videos get shot out everywhere. He's like, you know, so even if you do everything right and you do everything correct, you still might not get pushed. I'm doing everything right and I'm doing everything correct. According to some of the research I've looked at, is right now YouTube is messed up on their analytics, helping smaller channels, but that they should get back to that at some point. But if you look at my whole channel, my videos early on were always getting around 1,000 views or more, right? How come I'm barely getting between 80 and 150? And I'm happy for every single view, but I don't understand when I'm providing good content that meets their analytics and you guys are rocking with me, why isn't it getting shot out to more? Why is it that I'm only making $18 a month? If I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, why am I making so little? I need to see progress. You know what I mean? I need to know that when I do things that are right, I get rewarded. If I do things that are bad and I get punished, I'm not going to stick here and be like I'm the victim. I'm like, okay, I'll work harder. That's why another one of the things I'm talking about is you guys rock with me. If you guys by being memberships will show me the progress and show me the support and will show me the love. And if you don't want to do it that way, my Cash App's the same as my YouTube name, AlienAscend. Please let me know your thoughts, your feelings, and I hope to see a bunch of subscribers today, and I want to thank everybody so much.